Welcome back. Today, for the 15th and penultimate event of the Viridian League, the Appletarts have submitted Collision. Your goal will be simple: to throw as many of your opponents off the arena whilst keeping as many of yours on. You'll have some brittle walls to help you with that, as you can see. Supersonics hold the lead, but after a subpar event, all the Mashers and John Jolts and Eventarts have all caught up fairly quickly, and the Banner Free can no longer win. But a lot of these teams need to perform very well in this event if they want to make it happen. Now, first match will be against the Supersonics and the Cosmoscopes. It's going to be a group stage format, so 4 teams in every group will go. I believe it's called round robin. Currently, Supersonics looking like they have the upper hand in this heat, but look at that, the jet there, they fall off, and it's going to result in a tie for them. Yeah, nothing changes there with the Cosmoscope. It will be 1-1. Supersonics were doing decent early on, but they just lost that, and that's gonna tie the game. Now the second match, Appletarts and Historians also in this group. The top 2 of every group will move on to the quarterfinals, where it's just a single elimination bracket. A lot more volatile than the group stage, but whilst we're still there, let's focus on that. It's currently a very solid lead for the Appletarts, but 2 marbles are on the edge and 1 falls off. This could still tie, but the Historians also right there. Let's see. But they don't fall off, neither do. It's going to be a 3-2 win for the Appletarts. Now, third match, Historians versus Supersonics. And off they go, let's see. Very even collision, maybe a bit better for the Supersonics, but because they were slower, the field already opened up and they lose quite a few. It's already 2-2, although that Historian near the bottom is in danger, but some solid moves there saves them and puts them solidly on the board, and that's gonna leave the game in a tie. And yeah, 2-2 between the Historians and the Supersonics. A win will give you 3 points in this group stage, a tie 1 and a loss 0, so these ties could be very important, but ultimately it's a win you want to see. See, some bad teamwork there for the Cosmoscope top means they lose 2. It's looking very strong for the Appletarts. They had 5 still on, but 2 have fallen off, and now it's 3. And now it's actually going to be tied. They were leading with all 5, and now they're in a complete tie with the Cosmoscopes and both of those 2 marbles near the bottom. I don't think they're going to fall off. And no, they don't. 2-2. Yet another tie in this group. We've seen quite a lot of those. Only 1 match has been won so far. And the others have all resulted in a draw. Let's see. Next match, Supersonics versus the Appletarts. Let's see. Not a great start for the Appletarts. Supersonics doing a lot better, but it's been brought back to a 3-2. Great survival there from Caustic from the Appletarts. And look at the captain of the Supersonics there. Will they hold on? Let's see. And no, they fall off. It's going to be yet another tie match for the Supersonics. Supersonics have not won or lost a single match. And that's a team that's been very strong in team events. That's going to be not great for their advancement hopes. Although, if this is a tight game, they could still advance. It's going to come all down to tiebreaks in that point. But if any of these teams here win the match, they will be guaranteed to move on. Let's see. And it's looking like the Cosmoscopes are the upper hand now. And unless that marble there down there falls, it's going to stay that way. Let's see. The Historians not going to make a difference. The Cosmoscopes will win this match 3-2. And that's going to seal their advancement to the quarterfinals. Historians unfortunately miss out here. You see here Appletarts and Cosmoscopes moving on. Supersonics with 3 ties. Miss out. A 0-point differential, of course. And Historians lose. You can see here 5 points for both our group winners. 3 for the win and 2 for the ties. Now with the Group B, starting off with the John Jolts and the Quartz Roses. Let's see, far better launch for the John Jolts. There's currently 5-3. They lose 1, but the other 4 are still going very strong. And the other Quartz Roses aren't doing very well here. Let's see. The whole duel there that's on the side. Hold on, and now they fall off. And it's going to be 4-2. That seals it. The John Jolts could have fallen off, but it's not going to matter that they hold on. 4-2 win for the John Jolts. A very strong start in this group. Now, Evergreen Oaks and Sterling Skies are up now. And up they go. Let's see. It's a very even start now. Currently 4-3 for the Sterling Skies, but they lose one there at the top, and now it's a 3-3 tie. Let's see. And I don't believe anyone else is going to fall off. That Evergreen is close, but they hit this corner of the brittle barrier and solidify the position. And yeah, it's going to be a 3-3 tie in this match. Now, Student Skies are up again against the John Jolts this time. Will they improve on what they did to the Evergreen Oaks and win this match? Or will the John Jolts make a very strong result against them, just like the Quartz Roads? And it's looking like the latter. John Jolts 4-1 right now, and all 4 of those are very solidly on the board. Not in any peril of falling off. And yeah, I believe it's going to stay that way. Don't think the Sterling Skies will be able to come back from this, and no, 1-4 in the John Jolts' favor. And I believe with that they've guaranteed their advancement to the quarterfinals. These two teams still do need to do a bit more. Quartz versus the Evergreen Oaks now. Let's see who opening up there. Very good movement from the Evergreen Oaks, just allowing that Quartz to fall by, but 2 more fall up. Still going to be an edge for the Evergreen Oaks, and that Quartz could push that Evergreen Oaks on the side, but it's not going to matter. It's currently 2-2. But that Quartz at the top, is that going to hold on? No! And that's going to decide it 1-2 for the Evergreen Oaks. Now, we have the 5th match. John Jolts and the Evergreen Oaks. John Jolts already having guaranteed advancement. Evergreen Oaks still needing to do a bit. Let's see. And it's actually looking like the Evergreen Oaks have a better start. It's now currently tied. But the John Jolts lose one there. And it's looking like they'll lose one more at the bottom. Yeah, 3-1. And those 3 Evergreen Oaks aren't going to fall off. At best 1, but that's not going to swing the difference. The John Jolts also very close to falling off. It's going to be an Evergreen Oaks win. And with that, they have also guaranteed their advancement along with the John Jolts, which means the Quartz and Sterling Skies, they cannot get to those top 2 positions in this group. They're fighting for positions in the bottom half. Let's see. It's looking a lot stronger for the Quartz, but looking at those momentums, it's going to swing the other way around, and now the Sterling Skies are in the lead. Only 1 more on for the Quartz Roses, all of the other ones having fallen off, and the Sterling Skies very solidly placed themselves on the board and keeping themselves in the arena. They're going to get the win here. It's not going to be good enough to advance, but it's going to get them some points still in the bottom half. Let's see. You can see here, Evergreen Oaks actually overtake John Jolts for the win with 7 points. Sterling Skies 4 points, very solidly, even though they don't make it. One win, 1 loss, and 1 tie. And Quartz Roses is not a single win, very unfortunate for them. Now, Group C, Rainbirds and White Women's will start us off. And let's see, that's a very chaotic entry, and it's going to be better there for the White Women's. White Women's having opened up that hole for the Rainbirds. They lose one there, but Rainbirds only have 1 more on. That one to the right is also going to fall off, but it's not going to matter. They have 2 going very solidly in the lower part of the board, but on the board, and that's what matters. And it's going to decide the game for them. White Women's win 2-1 to the Rainbirds. Not what the Rainbirds would have hoped for in the start. Very solid for the White Women's. Now, how will these other 2 teams, the Nightshades and the Noon Dashers, do in the second match? Very chaotic collision, not looking great for both these teams. But it's going to be a bit better for the Noon Dashers. 2-1. Surviving, managing to use those barriers to survive themselves there dirty at the top. And that's going to determine the game for them. Nightshade just all over the place. Only 1 marble still holding on. I think that's Ghost. But that's not going to be good enough for the win. 2-1 for the Noon Dashers. Now, the third match. Noon Dashers versus the Rainbirds. And off they go. Let's see. Very good collision. And once again, it's looking far better for the Noon Dashers. Managing to survive using those barriers and dooming one of the Rainbirds, and that's going to decide it, because one of the Rainbirds near the bottom right also managed to use the barriers for the survival, but that's only going to bring them to a 2-3 difference, and that's not going to be enough to take the win. 3-2 for the Noon Dashers, which is very good for their hopes of advancement. Now the White Winds and the Nightshades in Group C for the 4th match, of course. Let's see, White versus Black, and it's very even right now with a slight lead for the White Women's. And look at that Nightshades on the edge. Let's see And it's very close. Oh, and Nightshade falls at the top. It's now now the White Women's are in the lead. And they lose one at the bottom. It's neck and neck. This could be a tight game, but that Nightshade is moving. It could be the decider. That White Women's also near. And two fall off at the same time. I wasn't even looking at White right there. And that's gonna swing it 2-0 for the White Women's. And I believe that has sealed their fate in this group. Rainbirds and Nightshades both lost 2 games. They cannot move on. A bad start there for the Rainbirds, but it's not better for the Nightshades. Both still 2 have on. But that Phantom there is teetering on the edge. Let's see if they'll be able to stay in the arena. This is going to be the difference between a win for the Rainbirds or a tie between both of these teams. Let's see. It's very close. Any minute now. And no, they just barely fall off. And it's going to give it to the Rainbirds, who get some consolation by winning this match. But it will not be good enough to win. Now the White Women's and Dune Dashers. Both these teams have already guaranteed their advancement. But they'll be fighting for the group win here. Let's see. And it's a far better result for the Dune Dashers, who, although they lose one there, have still 2-1 to the White Women's 0. All of the White Women's have already fallen off. And those Dune Dashers will hold on. They will get the win here and win all 3 of their matches to win the group. While Women's lose 0-2. But it ultimately doesn't matter. They will move on with the Dune Dashers here by winning their first 2 matches. You can see here Dune Dashers and White Women's move on. Rainbirds and Nightshades will settle for provisional 10th and 13th. Not what they would want, but not to settle for it. Now we have Group D, Autumn Ashes and the Wintermints will start us off. 2 seasoned teams. How will they face? Let's see. A very good start. A slight nudge for the Wintermints, but it's quickly tied and it's very dangerous. They lose onto the top. Now it's solely in the Autumn Ashes favor, but they have one teetering on the edge near the left side. The Wintermints toward the back isn't in great shape, but far better than that Autumn Ash. But will the Autumn Ashes will hold on? And yes! They will hold on 3-2 in a narrow victory against the Wintermints. It's good for them. Now, even that was on Team Brimstone in the second match of Group D. And off they go. Let's see. Very chaotic here. It's looking very much better for Team Brimstone, but all of them are nearing the edge. But they lose one here, 3-1 now. It's looking like they'll lose another, but that even that isn't safe either. This could still very much go either team's way. It's only 2-1 now. Let's see, will the last Team Brimstone hold on? And yes, they do. They just barely avoid a tie and win this match. 2-1 for the even title wars. Very volatile match. Now, Team Brimstone and Autumn Ashes in the third match. Both these teams won their first match, hoping for the second here. Let's see. Some better start for Autumn Ashes, but not great. Let's see. Team Brimstone opened that hole for the Autumn Ashes at the bottom, but they will not be able to hold on there, I believe. No, they fall off. And now it's in the Autumn Ashes' favor, but look at the top. It's a very dangerous position to be in. Will they hold on there in that corner? And yes, they do. 3-2. A second win for the Autumn Ashes. Team Brimstone still the first win. Now, match 4. Wintermints versus the Even Title Wars. Let's see. Very chaotic. And a lot of marbles have already fallen off. Even though in a slight lead, but very dangerous maneuvering there. It's currently a tied game, and now it's the Wintermints in the lead. But it's very close. Even that was one Wintermint is all to the side. It could still be a tie, but the Auroras fall off. And that's gonna give it to the Wintermints. The last Wintermint managed to hold on and win this match 2-0. And that's gonna seal the deal for the Even Title Wars, I'm afraid. Now, we have the Autumn Ashes and the Even Title Wars in this match. Autumn Ashes, I believe, have already guaranteed their advancement with this. And it's a very close game. They have 2-1 to the Even Title Wars 1. But look at those marbles. All 3 could fall off at any moment. And the Even Title Wars fall off there. But also does one of the Autumn Ashes. It could still very easily be a tie. Let's see. Will they? And they hold on. 1-0. And now the Autumn Ashes certainly have guaranteed advancement. Now, for the final match, for the last advance spot, it will be a fire and ice for the last advance spot. Let's see. Team Brimstone and the Wintermints. A better start for Team Brimstone. And it's looking like it'll stay that way. 3-2. And very solid positions. While the last winter mint falls off. Only one still left. I don't think they'll be able to come back from this. Team Brimstone will advance here due to getting their second win ahead of the winter mints, who will miss out because of it. And yes, you can see here 1-3 in favor of Team Brimstone. It will be these two fire-related teams winning the advancement spot in this group. Winter mints and Appletarts settling for provisional 10th and 14th. But now we go to the quarterfinals, the volatile part of the event. Lose and you're gone. You're out. That's your hope. That's your hopes for middle dashed. Let's see. Appletarts and Team Brimstone will start us off in the first, and it's looking fairly even now. But now it's going a bit better for the Appletarts. Those Team Brimstone teetering on the edge, and now it's a tight game. That one Team Brimstone is looking like they might push off that Appletart, but they will not get there. And Team Brimstone falls off near the bottom. I wasn't even looking there, and that's gonna decide the game. The Appletart hold on, and it's 3-2 for the Appletarts to move on. Now, second quarterfinal, White Ruins and Evergreen Oaks, and off they go. Let's see. Very chaotic start. It's looking in the White Ruins' favor, but they still have a lot of momentum going, and so it's a tight game. This could go either Marvel's way, and they lose one at the bottom, and they lose one there, and another Evergreen Oak falls off, but it doesn't matter at this point anymore. They have one very solidly in the middle, and one that's sitting still there at the top. That's not gonna fall off, and it will be a 2-1 victory for the Evergreen Oaks. They will move on now. The John Jolts and the Doom Dashers in the third quarterfinal. And off they go. Let's see. I believe that's going to be a bit better start for the John Jolts. A better collision there. They have still 4 on. Meanwhile, the Doom Dashers have already lost 3. They only have 2 still running. The John Jolts are going to lose one at the bottom there, but the other 3 aren't going to go anywhere. They're going to stay in that arena on the board, and that's going to decide it. That Julia at the top is closest, but they're not close enough. 3-2 win for the John Jolts. They will move on. Doom Dashers going on third now. All the meshes and the Cosmoscopes. All the meshes hoping to benefit from the opportunity that the Supersonics have given them for not advancing. Let's see here. It's looking good so far, but they lose 2 simultaneously. Suddenly, it's a tie with the Cosmoscopes. Let's see. One of the Cosmoscopes could easily fall off, but so good that all the meshes to the top will falter first. Let's see. And let's see all the meshes, and that's gonna cost them advancement. 2-1 for the Cosmoscopes brings them to the semifinals. Now, the first of which we have the Appletarts versus Evergreen Oaks. 2 green teams hoping to secure a medal by winning this round. Let's see. And it's looking far better for the Evergreen Oaks right now. 3-4, 2-4, but those 4 Evergreen Oaks are looking very solidly on the board. And although those other 2 Appletarts are solid as well, they will just not be able to compare. This match is going to go to the Evergreen Oaks. 4-2, they move on to the final. The Appletarts will have to settle for the consolation final. Now, we have the second semi-final of the John Jolts versus Cosmoscopes. And off they go. Let's see here. It's a very even collision. But John Jolts do very well to make use of those barriers. Meanwhile, the Cosmoscopes don't do that at all. It's going to be a 3-1 for the John Jolts right now. And although they might lose that bottom one, that's not going to be enough. The John Jolts will easily hold on here. Let's see. Do they lose that bottom one? And no, it's going to stay 3-1. Not that it matters. But the John Jolts will go to the final. And the Cosmoscopes will face the Appletarts in the consolation final. Both these teams will already face each other in the groups. And it was a tie back then. So who will prevail this time? Let's see. And not a great start there from the Appletarts, losing 3. No, 4 marbles to the top. Only 1 still standing on the board, but look at those Cosmoscopes. Only 2 still on, and all near the edge. This could still go either team's way. Let's see. It's not gonna happen. Those 2 Cosmoscopes are very solidly. They will take the bronze ahead of the Appletarts in their submitted event. Still the solid result there for the Appletarts, but they would have loved the medal here after not having seen any since event 6. Now, Evergreen Oaks and John Jolts since final. Also 2 teams have already faced each other. Evergreen Oaks won back then, but it's looking better for the John Jolts here. 3-2. and those marbles are not going anywhere near the sides. It's looking like the Jonjals will win the gold here. Yeah, I believe the Jonjals will get their second gold medal in a row and third in the whole season. And let's see, nothing's gonna change here. We're waiting for confirmation. Yeah, 2-3. Jonjals win it over the African Oaks. And I believe it's going to be good enough to take the provisional lead there with the Supersonics. Only in 12th, a team that has been very good in team events this season. Only 12th, it's a bit shocking. And you can see the Jonjals move up into first with that gold medal. Meanwhile, only the top 5 can win, although the event errors frankly need a miracle, and Appletarts with Dune Dashers can only still podium. We'll have to see what these teams can bring in the final event, the marathon. See you then.